I swear, comment sections on YouTube are going to cause me to lose my mind. Let's make some room. This only weighs a lot. Stay there. No, you stay there. Stay there. It's only $100 for freaking sheets of plywood. Only $100. Alright, got some room. Okay, well, let's change the freaking battery, then come back. Alright, we fixed Das blinking lights in. Alright, so y'all are confused about this going straight at your target line thing. This is really, really good advice. The problem is when you're listening to your favorite pro who can't teach you how to get out of a wet paper bag, they're really good at doing what they're doing. They don't understand to explain why you're doing what they're doing. They just know that it works for them. Okay, so the important part of coaching, like what I do, is to explain to you why you do something, all right? So let's get some tape. Get some tape. We're going to put a line on the floor. I'm going to do my absolute best to explain to you why you need to get so off of whatever this horse you're on, because Jaani made a video and y'all are confused about what he's talking about. People want to sit there and armchair commander this stuff, and it's just absolutely dumb. Okay. Alright. This is the target line we want to throw down. When you're starting out and you're developing your form, you are best to go towards the target line. The reason for this is it helps you learn, okay? When you get better and you start to understand how to get your run up and your walk up working for you, then you can start moving angles on the T-pad. So there's a bunch of videos out there where people are all like, well, you need to run from one corner of the T-pad to the other. Well, the problem is they don't explain to you why and how. They just tell you this is what you need to do, but they don't explain it. And unless you actually know the fundamentals first, you're not going to get it, okay? So, pretty simple stuff. We want to throw down this target line, side, side, stagger. Target line, okay? It's pretty simple, pretty simple. I'll do it again because I was too close to the camera. This is where we want to throw. We don't want to do this. Okay? That's what people are doing. It's really hard to explain because people don't 100% understand the why. Okay? So, when you're starting out, before you get it figured out, staying on your target line. And I don't understand this thing, the whole whatever. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. The simplest way to do it, stand 90 degrees to your target line. Step, step, stagger. Throw. You'll be down your target line. It's pretty simple. Now granted, you'd probably want to be over here because you're going to want to stagger onto the line. Okay? That's the whole point of the two rails thing. I don't teach it because it's weird and it confuses people, because what they end up thinking about is trying to keep the disc straight on the line. That's not going to happen. The disc never stays on a line. It's just something that we're mentally trying to do to help us do better. Okay? So, when you're learning to throw, we got to learn to move our body first before we can start doing fancy things. It's just like when you learn to dance, or you learn to do really complex motions. You got to start with the basics to help you gain the fundamentals to get where you need to go. Okay, so here, side stagger. We're going to go on the line. When our body turns, we're going to be on that target line. So what happens when people move at a diagonal line, they're not moving linearly. And what does linear mean? Linear means to the side. Here, this is what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to move that way. Okay? So what they end up doing is going this way. And what they don't understand, because they don't understand the why and the how, is when you're trying to run up this way, straight, you're pushing your body this way, okay? And then what happens is we get to a point where we can't rotate because we haven't set our body up, and we gotta jerk the disc around to get it back on the target line, okay? How this works, when you get the basics of moving linearly down, we're gonna move linearly on a diagonal. What is the purpose for this? The purpose for it is to help keep your weight forward and get you a little bit more balance. We're gonna still move linearly, okay? And this helps us keep on our toes versus being, a lot of people, when they first start throwing, they're flat-footed, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. You're still learning. When we're moving sideways, we're gonna be more flat-footed. When we get that down, we can move linearly at a slight angle. Why do pros throw the way they do? It's what they've learned and developed. Our job as coaches is to help you get there as quick as possible and help you understand why they're doing what they're doing or what you need to do to get your body set up to throw the disc on the line. Okay, that is the problem with pros coaching. They don't tell you why. They just say, you need to do this. Why? Well, it's up to us to figure out and tell you because we got to figure it out. Okay, so again, I'm not moving this way. I'm moving sideways if I'm moving across the line at a slight angle. And the whole point of that is to help keep my weight shifted forward on my toes. But you have to be able to move sideways first because you're not moving this way. We want to move this way. So we're just keeping our weight forward. It helps us keep our weight on our toes and get into the brace. That's it. So everybody that's in Jaani's comic section, just all like, my favorite pro said this. Like, dude, stop. You don't even know what you're talking about. He's trying to teach you the basics and keep it simple. It's not complicated to throw a frisbee. When you want to throw really, really far, that's when it gets really complicated. The basics of disc golf will get you to 400 plus feet. You don't need any fancy arm moves or knee twisty thingies. You need to move your body in a fashion that lets you get everything set up to get the disc out on the target line. And that's all that matters. When you got the basics down, then you can do fancy stuff. Get the basics first. It's simple. Cool. Stop arguing about stupid things you don't understand.